mean, not even a little bit. Nowadays, everybody's so sensitive. Picking my words and you pick it apart. Tripping on nothing, just
Well, what's going on, everybody? I am the one, the only, the WOOKIE, joined here by the normal cast of misfits. We got the Choke Show Draz Score.
How's it going, guys?
We got, what are you? You're a PhD in something. Oh, that's right. You're Keyforge's resident PhD. Dr. Sheep.
Yes.
Yes. And the tribal chief himself, Ewok Jr.
Hello, Keyforge community. Glad to be here. GameFound is live. Whoa, way to go.
So, GameFound was funded in, what, like 15, 18 minutes, something like that?
Come on,
16 and a half.
16 and a half minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I don't know.
I mean, record the information, Wookie. Be accurate.
500 backers.
Did not put it in the show notes, so
It is
sorry.
got 498 backers at 145,719.
16 minutes and 49 seconds. I got you.
Yep, 16 minutes, 49 seconds. I'm in the thing now. So, yeah, it was funded. Yay, Ember Skies is coming out. All right.
12 hours in.
Everybody's excited.
Do we remember? Because I don't. How? We got JML in the chat now. Maybe he remembers. How far in were we with Grim Reminders? Was this 12 hours in when we're recording?
We actually this information was shared earlier.
Well,
And he laughed. He's like, "I'm not getting these numbers for you."
he's like, no, you
No.
fools.
I'm not getting no.
Oh, the chart.
He already
Here we
has
go.
the chart. Yeah.
Okay,
Ghost
open in
Galaxy
browser.
Keyforge game found crowdfund campaign progress. So
Yeah.
we
pretty similar.
are. Yeah, it's looking pretty similar. It looks like
Slightly
it's slightly ahead,
under, but
ever so slightly ahead. So
is it? Oh.
it's got more backers but less dollars.
Maybe.
That's kind of what it looks. That's what this graph would tell me. Is it's got more backers. Yeah, because hours. No, never mind.
Yeah, I don't know.
He doesn't.
There's
It's
only
hours
one.
since the campaign launched. So it.
The y-axis
so-
is dollars.
Yeah, and that's funds.
The x
pledged,
is
but-
hours.
So it's
There's
ever
good enough,
so slightly. I mean,
It's
really
it's right
ever
there,
so
basically.
slightly. Yeah. So yeah. Oh wait,
We'll
we
see.
got another graph. We got chart 2. Hold on.
Oh.
Hours since campaign's launch. Funds pledged. Okay, so same ones, but he just added Winds of Exchange, which blew the doors off of both Grim Reminders and Ember Skies.
Okay.
So,
Which is unsurprising.
we
We knew that, right? It was bring back the game.
It was a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, we were saving
Yeah.
Keyforge, man.
Yeah.
We were battling in the trenches, saving Keyforge. I'm trying to find the old update tiers because I kind of wanted to point this out that, like, Ghost Galaxy, I don't know if they were trying to pull one on us or not. Kind of feels like they did. Or were
What's that?
attempting to. So the original campaign tiers were like, and Sunday had put in our Discord. If you're not in the Discord, I don't know what you're doing. Join the Discord. It's a good time. Sometimes. But Sunday had put in there like,
here are rants while we're not on the cast.
yeah. He had put in there like how much more, because like everything. Okay, so here's this. Hold on, let me open these in 2 different tabs, so I can look at these at the same time, because multiple monitors are a fantastic thing. All right, so let's open this one in a new link, and I'm gonna move it to this monitor. There we go. Look at that. We're learning. All right, so originally the pledge, the Novice of the Crucible, was $60, which stayed the same to the second one because they had tried to up their prices a little bit, and people called them out on their bullshit, and then they're like, "Oh, so sorry," and then they put their prices back down. Well, maybe they didn't up them as much as I thought. So
originally they upped the 6-deck one to $88.
that was the only one that went up.
Yeah, that was
of notable.
correct.
And with shipping, that made decks actually over retail. So
Right.
that was kind of a crummy deal.
So I guess that's the only one that really changed is the $66 one. But the price, I thought it
Well,
increased.
it was 70. It was 75 previously, Wookie, and it
Right,
went
but
to 88.
they had cranked it up to 88. I thought all the other tiers had more. I thought the other tiers were a little bit more expensive too, but I guess not. So I thought it was a big thing. But for $60, you can get a 2-player starter kit and one 2-player starter kit and 2 Ember Skies Archon decks.
I think those starter kits still have WoW decks in them. If you buy it.
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
I thought all the new
That's
starter.
what it was on the Grim Reminders, and I think they printed enough starter boxes that they haven't had to replace them.
No. Well, they had voiced last time with the, and again, this is a little back and forth, but last time they said they were going to move to this standard box for
Yeah, I know.
Keyforge starters.
But look at
but
when
they
you
would
click on it. It says, "I'll click
But they
on it here." Look,
but they
let me-
simply
It actually
said
does
that,
say. It does say on
Yeah.
there. 2-player starter kit, which will include 2 Keyforge Winds of Exchange decks.
Yeah,
Now,
because
when they had said it
they-
originally, they said, we're going to make the standardized box, and the new
Correct.
boxes are
And
all
then
going to
change
have
it
the
each time.
standard set, whatever
Yep.
the
And-
set is.
when they sell out of the ones they prepackage with Winds of Exchange, they will put the newest set in it. So there will probably never be a starter box with Grim Reminders in it. Because
Exciting.
True. Yep.
because they
That's interesting.
printed 10,000 starter boxes and they've only sold 6,000 of them. So until they sell all 10,000 of those starters, totally made up numbers, they're going to have WoW in them.
best way we do it here at AC.
Which, a few months ago, we would have been like, that's good because you can keep getting WoW. But now WoW doesn't matter. So
WoW does matter.
no, it doesn't.
It does. All right.
Okay.
So for the Seeker of Decks, you're no fun anymore. Seeker of Decks,
correct.
you can get 6 Ember Skies Archon decks.
And
That's it. And then Reaper of Ember, you get a box of Archon decks. And then you get the Ember Skies deck storage boxes, which will 100% not be for sale in their Game Center app website. I'm lying. They probably will be.
Well,
you get-
I mean, it's smart. Like, I think this is smart. Like, if they're popular, like people I pay for those burger token boxes, and if they can make something Keyforge branded at a price we'll want to pay that's as good or better.
How much are the
then-
burger token boxes? I think you can get 50 of them for $10.
No, they're like almost $1 a piece.
Yeah, they've upped the prices. They
Oh, have
used to
they?
be a lot cheaper. Yeah, they're like $1 a piece almost now. It's it had the last time I ordered them, it gave me pause, but I like, I use them. So
Because they're nice.
they are really nice. So the question is,
All right.
these
So
gonna be really nice?
looking at Burger Token, I can go ahead and help you guys out here. I have perfect fit deck boxes.
Mhm.
And that there you have 15 sleeved for a 10 pack is what we're looking at. So 12 bucks.
It's the
30
unsleeved ones.
All right. So you want unsleeved?
The unsleeved ones. That's the ones I buy because
So we
that's
have
the
the
ones.
37 unsleeved 10 pack.
Yeah.
It's 12 bucks.
Okay. So a little bit over $1. But I mean, we don't know how much these are going to cost. These are cardboard too. So,
Or are they cardboard?
oh yeah.
People were saying that you pick the set that you want your boxes for.
Yeah.
I thought it was all going to be Ember Skies.
Now in the
you know,
drop down, there's a drop down. You can pick any set.
Really?
So yeah.
that's for these boxes. So that's a little interesting. So this is Reaper though, is where it starts to get sort of good. Not including shipping, decks are only $11.78 a piece, and that doesn't include your mat and your deck boxes and whatever comes in your secret bonus extendo
You
awards.
get one Keyforge Ember Skies personalized deck, and you'll be
Yes.
getting the extra large mat. Thank you, Z. That was Z's ID. That'll be a 30-inch by 14-inch mat. So that is the extra wide mat.
Still don't want one.
I kind of do.
So I mean, so I do think it's cool that the extra wide mat, you can get it for any deck. It's not just only your name deck.
I wish
Yeah,
you could
you
just
could go back-
personalize it. Just let me personalize it. I don't want to choose a deck. Just let me put whatever I want to put on it.
Well,
Yeah,
you get your personalized
that's
deck.
called
and then-
inked gaming mats, and you've been able to do that forever.
Yeah.
No,
This
like
is
I'll
like
still take
you-
the artwork and all that jazz, and you can slap whatever Archon you want. Just let me put whatever name I want in the middle there.
I mean, you could get your Sharpie out and do that, right? So,
Well, okay, so go ahead.
well, I was gonna say you could get fraud, right? She could get fraud and have a mat that's big
What do I
fraud.
want a mat for?
Well, because again, look at what it
List
says. It says
examples.
it says the custom play mat will feature the name, color, and houses of your choice of either one, a corresponding personalized deck in the same pledge, or two, a deck in the Keyforge Master Vault owned by you. So I do like that it's not, hey, here's your personalized deck, or here's something in the actual pledge that you have, but you can choose something off their Master Vault. So at least that's opening up a new area of interest for me, because maybe I want to go ahead and have a great deck that I want to bring to a store or to an event, and now I can have it named with the mat there.
Can it be my
I like the
alliance
second
deck?
part.
I do
why
agree
not?
it is
It's in the Master Vault.
better than the JML sucks mat that I have. That will never, or my X-ray sucks mat that will never see play ever in a million years, because who cares? So yes, if I had to have a mat for a deck, it would be nice if it was fraud, because at least I play fraud. But it's still, I'm over mat.
I mean, so for this Reaper of Aember, you have the 12 Amber Skies decks. You have the personalized deck. So that is still nice. You're getting one. You have your custom extra wide play mat. You have the 12 deck storage boxes.
Look, you already said all this stuff.
Yeah, but we had stopped from where it was there. And the last, you have your guaranteed Amber Skies Sky Beast deck.
Do you get to pick the houses again?
Not that I had seen.
Well, I know one person who backed. Did you get to pick houses, or you haven't done that yet?
Well,
That's in Pledge Manager days.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think we did that. For Grim Reminders, we did not do that at this time, I don't think. But yeah, I did have to pick which set the deck boxes were from, but nothing else was selected at this point. Like I didn't have to say.
It does say a selection
map?
of 3 houses. You get to pick them again.
Okay.
Really? I did not
Yeah.
see that. Okay.
So if you
Real
click
quick
on
for
if you
everybody
click on
in the
pledge,
chat. Hold on,
Yeah.
real
Then
quick
you-
for everybody in the chat, because it sounds like we have some people that are having issues hearing us.
Yeah,
I
for
would
whatever reason.
I would check your device settings. Because that's my guess.
They can't
is
hear you, Wookie.
They can't hear me.
Well, if you're telling them
They
the
can't hear
people,
us.
the
They
people
can't
who
hear you
can't
telling them to fix it. So
Oh no shit, that's a thing. Well, everybody in the
old
chat,
man
help-
screaming on the front of his lawn. here.
Get off my
Guys, get
lawn!
off my
Grandma,
lawn.
turn the
Get
volume
off-
up on your phone.
Off my lawn!
So it's interesting. So if you click on Reaper of Amber, it then has 6 little boxes
Wide
of the things
boxes,
you
yep.
can get, and if you click on those, it tells you more about them, and it also tells you their retail value. So the retail value of a name deck is $25.
Oh,
Wait, where do you see that?
when can I
By
buy
clicking,
this?
by
Click on
clicking
Reaper,
actually on.
And
yep.
then it says this product consists of.
So I gotta click what? Back this project?
Personalized name deck.
No,
No,
you
you
don't
just
have to
you
back
click on
anything.
yeah. You actually just
Oh,
click
you're
on it.
right.
Yeah, it says $24.99. You can also see
Oh.
provided name be incorporated in Keyforge naming algorithm, deck color of your choice, and a selection of 3 different houses from Amber Skies.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
talking
then-
about on the main page?
Hold on,
And
it's
then you
not.
click on this, and bam, tells you whatever you want to know. Here,
Oh man, so
Sky Beast decks are worth $15.
man. So what I don't see. Hold on, I'm going down to
Oh,
add-ons.
I see what you're talking
Oh
about
my
now.
god! Is Alien Puffer a Sky Beast? I don't want that.
Alien puffer. Where did you... So
yes, Alien Puffer is listed in for the Sky Beast that's there.
Sheep, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, all of a sudden it started getting echoey here, man.
Because Sheep's decided to show his screen and he's doing that whole thing. All right.
We're learning
on.
how to podcast. We almost have hit, what, 250 of these? We'll figure it out one day, boys.
One day. For the Breaker of Chains, that'll be $450 out of your hard-earned space dollars or regular dollars. 36 Ember Skies decks, 3 Keyforge Ember Skies deck storage boxes, set of 12, so what, 36? Oh, yeah, Sheep's clicking things. And one extra wide. I really hope somebody's writing Z a check for this extra wide custom playmat.
I mean, if they sell well, maybe, but we'll see.
We have gotten here at Archon's Corner 0 checks. Still waiting. I wait by the mailbox ever so patiently.
Yeah, you're gonna be waiting a while, dude.
I know. Let's see. You get 3 personalized Ember Skies personalized decks. The Super Key.
Heck yeah.
Super keys worth $25.
Now, you were talking about this Super Key. You thought it was a little poppet, but it is not a poppet.
No,
there.
it's a poppet.
No.
You rotate, it says.
Okay, so for anyone who hasn't been around kids, the poppet is where it's basically, I don't know, your little neoprene material, we'll call it that, plastic, and you're pushing from one side to the other, so it ends up making little pop noise, or it's kind of a fidget toy that's there.
It's bubble wrap. It's freaking.
It is not bubble wrap, Wookie. No.
It's bubble wrap. Anyway,
I will tell you, when I first saw the Super Key, I did think of the poppet, but it's actually, upon reading it, because I was curious what this was, is that you're going to spin to forge. So my understanding would be you're rotating it, and as you rotate, kind of the eye opens, and you can see the red, blue, or yellow color. It should save space. I mean, so you'd have one puck instead of needing to have 3
your keys anyways. Cares?
I'm fine. I stack mine, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm saying, like, if some people, if we can slim it down a little bit, hey, it's something.
It might be cool. I don't know. It's hard to tell from this. Like,
you know what I need? A place to put my Ember. That's what I need.
Well,
your Archon card. It tells you right in the rule book where to put your Ember.
It does tell you in the rule book to put it on your Archon card, I will say. But I have seen a number of people with the old keys, they would actually place it so that you could see the 6, and as they go to the 7th, or basically what forms the key, the Amber would sit on the key, and then when you move to a higher amount, it's resting on the next key. So that is not necessarily an option with the Super Key, because you're going to have all 3 keys in one. But
right.
I think it's cool enough.
Your Archon card where it belongs, anyways.
Hey, that's called. This is how I play as well. This is how I play as well. But I don't think, Sheep, this is where you need to be the old man standing on your front lawn screaming at them over this. It just doesn't matter.
He's not putting his Ember where it belongs.
It's not following the rules.
It is clearly stated in paragraph 3, page 4, paragraph 3, subsection 1C, that the Ember goes on the Archon card, sir.
Thank you, Poindexter. I can see the glasses there. I will say, actually, on the stream mats, I do feel obligated to go ahead and put my deck where it says deck on the right, but I am almost always putting it in a different spot on my own. So, like, that does, like, that's a little unnerving for me to be on stream and having it in a different spot. But
did they put that on the mats? I hate that.
This is not on the extra wide mat that I saw, but on the 2-player mat, or on the mats that were there in Roseville.
Who uses the mats that are on the stream anyways? I put my mat right over it. Fuck your mat.
These this thing, the Breaker of Chains, you end up paying $10 a deck.
All right, that's not a bad deal. It's where they used to be.
Yep. Yeah. Well, it's just
inflation was the thing.
As a retailer, it's some bullshit, because like retailers are paying like almost $8 a deck.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why
I
they're
didn't- I didn't-
$15 now.
So a retailer makes what, $5 a deck?
A little more than $5 a deck if he can sell them at retail.
15 minus 8 is not 5.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's 7.
Mass
Well.
hards, Draz. Mass
Listen,
hards.
Listen, it's been a long day.
Okay,
not
so
trying to math right
basically,
now.
What I
they
will
took out a stuffy, stuck in a key, and we're getting the same shit as last time.
Yep.
I mean, it's
Deck
better
boxes.
in terms of the key is different and interesting.
Yeah.
You can still get the stuff
Hold on.
in the
It's
add-ons.
interesting for now. We'll see how
Well, right,
they
you
hold.
wanna-
We'll see how they hold up.
Sure. It's a
Hey.
game found. All you need is it to be interesting for the next 20 days or whatever. Right? Like,
Ain't
that's all they
ain't
need.
nothing better than them luxury play style personal
true.
defense weapons, right? Like I felt,
Yes.
I felt strong at the Vault Tour. Like I could hit someone with this, and
Like,
this is just how I'm gonna
Is
win
there
my
anything
games.
else worth talking about in this?
Yes,
Yes.
there's the
No?
Turner of Keys pledge.
Hold on. Before
Yeah,
you get
okay.
there,
Which
we
is the
can talk-
same as the last time.
No, it's not.
Oh
Go
my
ahead.
gosh.
It's not.
go ahead.
Because now,
Max.
not only
You
are you
lost
gonna
the plushie, and you get the deck boxes.
no, it
Well,
says this is the Architect of the Crucible. You're getting more of the same plushie.
we have not. Have we talked about the guaranteed Sky Beast decks?
Yeah, you can guaranteed Ember Cruels. I mean Sky Beasts.
Yep. So,
Guaranteed disappointment.
So for the breaker
I
of
mean,
chains, go ahead, Drez. The breaker of
I mean,
chains.
we don't know anything
You're
about
getting
deck, right? Or Sky Beasts, right? Except that
We've seen
cool
like 3 or 4 of them.
sure, we've seen. All right, so we've seen a couple. Hopefully, they're cool.
How many can there be?
Yeah. Why are you pulling up
15,000.
random women on your screen, Sheep? All right.
You know,
Just cute.
I got things.
Still sharing your screen, dude.
Yeah. That's because I'm bored. So I'm gonna go play Keyforge now.
You can put that back.
I'm bored.
didn't
Time
go
to look
ahead
at
and pay
porn.
attention.
You guys are boring me. I'm gonna go look at naked women.
Nobody was naked.
I mean, there was
Not
clothes.
yet.
There was some clothes.
There was
Random
cleaning to be
stuff
done.
Random
Yeah,
stuff
I mean-
that comes up on Reddit.
Yeah,
There was
random.
a lot of skin, but there was clothes. It wasn't zero. All
Keith
right,
is
so
showing.
Yes, it's random and things I like.
Join us every Thursday for the live
Oh
show.
my goodness.
Where she
Where
may
you
act-
never know
Here,
what's
I'm
going to
gonna read
happen.
Twitch news.
Where
'cause-
she
He
might
tries
accidentally
to bring
show his
some
screen.
control.
go for it, Ewok.
All right. So breaker of chains, when you're talking to Sky Beast, because we were going ahead and actually talking about this game found campaign, you are going to go ahead and get 6 of those Sky Beast decks. I don't believe at this point we know how many total Sky Beasts there are. Turner of Keys.
15,000.
Yes. Go ahead. What?
I made that number. I said there's 15,000 Sky Beasts.
No,
Oh.
that is not how many
Oh.
there are. But at this point, we do not know. So
well, what did
that's
they
really
say
We
though?
seem
They
to
said
think
they
there's
can
quite a
pop
few.
in. They can pop into any house.
Yes.
And then it was really what was the word he used? I'm trying to find it. Like everybody's gonna feel different, right? It's gonna feel different in this house with this Sky Beast than it is in this house with this Sky Beast.
Yeah, and that was one of the announcements that came from GameFound.
Bad and really bad.
Maybe.
So anyway, while you're looking for that Turner of Keys, we're going ahead and looking at stretch goals. You have your 9 Sky Beast decks. You have 3 personalized decks. You have the Aember of Skies personalized deck. Your 12 deck boxes. You have 72 actual decks from Aember Skies, the extra wide play mats, the second personalized deck, your super key, and your collector set. So again, pretty similar to what we had seen. I think what's interesting on here actually happens to be the date that is announced right now. So this is shipping September of 2024. So I do think that's an important aspect
Wow.
for us to see, because that is having
That's
2 other
quite
previous.
a while from now.
Correct. It is quite
That's
a
what we
while.
Expected,
And
right?
That is expected. I think they've narrowed it down. They did much better with Grim Reminders for getting it out when they stated, but that has changed a bit with each of our Game Found campaigns.
All right, I want to get this out of the way because I think we need to do this before April 16th. So on April 15th, and you'll see why I chose that date. On April 15th, how much were y'all backing?
0.
Smoke Show?
Well, so I changed my tune after Roseville, honestly. So I know last time we talked, I wasn't sure I was going to do it, but Roseville and they're trying something from a local perspective. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to back something. I definitely gonna try to talk my store into doing stuff, but we'll get to the whole store thing.
We'll get to that
in a bit.
yeah.
I said before April 16th.
Well, right. So Roseville, right, is before April 16th.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm currently at the Reaper Vember 165.
Okay. But before
which
April
is-
16th, where were you at?
I was somewhere in there. Is what I
Somewhere
was
in there?
thinking. Yeah.
Okay. Sheep. That's all I needed. I just needed which one you were at.
Sorry for the content.
I feel-
and answered 0.
I feel like I was talking to Ewok and I got like your life story and then
sorry.
got the answer finally. Sorry.
Wow.
Ewok.
Correcting
Cutting
someone like
deep,
Ewok
cutting
there.
deep here. Whoopi.
I mean,
Cutting
it's
deep.
always like, yeah, and then I took a stroll down the street, but to answer your question, I was at the Reaper of Emperor. I'm like, what? What happened? Ewok, before April 16th, where were you backing?
Somewhere between the 0 and the 75.
Okay. After April 16th, we get an update. Return to home
while
base.
we're at our locals too. So
Right.
I mean that plays harder. Unfortunately, I just hadn't seen this Game Found. Like I keep falling up farther and farther away from Game Found. I think that's part of my frustration. I've seen that in our community where it's moving away from being able to support our local stores. And so just being able to put this on Game Found, seeing that it was stated, hey, we're going to do one and then we're essentially done. I haven't seen that come true. And I'm still waiting to see our local stores really supported with kits and here's what's actually
Anything?
happening. So
Here's a question to everybody in the chat.
that's why I was at that 0, is that we have to make a change. And I keep seeing that this is working, so we're just going to keep going down this path.
Well, here's a question.
I do think they did. I think they did something.
Hi, chat. How many of y'all got your pre-release kits? We'll just start with pre-release kits.
Nobody ordered any.
Well, we ordered them, but we didn't get them. But that was Asmodee's fault.
Okay,
Oh,
you're like
yeah.
the only person.
No, there were a couple.
Let's see. Sunday, no store order kits. Okay, so nothing from Sunday. Z, we ordered, didn't get them. So again, we are not so how many of y'all got store championship kits?
We did get those. Those we got.
And we did as well. Actually, I thought the store championship kits were very nice.
Yeah, those are cool. I was on board.
If you guys didn't plan so much other stupid stuff, you'd be playing another store championship on Saturday.
I have to work, sheep. You filling in for me?
No,
Okay, perfect.
that's why I put it on a Saturday.
Anyways, so again, I'm at the same level. I was at 0. Like there was no between 0 and 75. I'm done. I didn't do anything for Grim Reminders. I wasn't gonna do this one because it's like, listen, you want to get people back into this game, but yet you don't want to support the story. You just want to keep doing the Game Found, keep doing the Game Found, keep doing the Game Found. To me, that is incredibly frustrating because you cannot get new players into the game if it's not in the game stores. So, yeah. But then they released this. So on April 16th, we get the Keyforge home base. What is a Keyforge home base? Well, an eligible Keyforge home base for the purposes of this campaign is a brick and mortar hobby retailer that I'm I'm guessing that was supposed to be a 1. Oh, yeah, it is supposed to be a 1. Has placed a $1 retailer pledge on GameFund during the regular campaign. And 2, has completed the retailer pledge package form found here. During the Pledge Manager stage of our Skies campaign, the Ghost Galaxy Ghost Galaxy will provide consumer backers with the option to vote for their Keyforge home base retailer. If a home base retailer receives at least 3 votes from backers, the home base retailer will receive a Keyforge home base bonus alongside their chosen Keyforge Aember Skies retailer pledge package and at no additional charge. For Keyforge home base retailers that receive a high amount of votes, the Keyforge home base bonus may grow to higher levels. There are 3 such home base levels. 1 is an outpost awarded to participating retail stores that receive 3 or more votes from the consumer backers. 2 is a castle awarded to participating retailer stores that receive a substantial, who knows what that number is, number of votes, signifying a robust player support and community. And level 3 is a fortress award. I think Josh named these. These all suck. Anyways, awarded to participating retail
They
stores.
should have called it. Should have gone with Fortress or something.
Did we need to give them cutesy wootsy names?
Yes,
No.
we did actually.
Keep going.
Awarded to participating stores that receive an amazing number of votes, signifying major player support and community. The amount of merchandise and retailers' Keyforge homebase bonus will increase with each attained level to prevent vote manipulation. Why? What? Okay. Who hurt CTP?
Because they want real data, right? So they don't want
Nobody's
going
fucking
like,
around.
hey,
Nobody's messing with this shit. Ain't
no, but
nobody
there's
got
a
time
whole bunch
for all
of
that.
folks. No, there's going to be folks who back this who don't have a local store, and then we would go out and be like, hey, you should just put Archon's Corner out there, and like we all talk people into doing that, which we could do anyway. But although I'm going to support my local, so never mind. But so I think they want to prevent people from saying, hey, can everybody just select, whatchamacallit store?
Again, who's doing that? Who's got time for all this? Like, CTP is so worried about, like, collusion and all this stuff, and we're just like, can we just play a game?
I just think the Keyforge community is too insular at this point that it's...
Or
I'd prefer to see more transparency. We always talk about... Go ahead.
Or it's not about a number. It's about, well, let's see who gets the most votes, and we'll figure out where the cut line is based on numbers that we get. And
as someone who's in education, like I don't determine the cut line afterwards. It should be clear and transparent to start with.
Well, you have a curve, right? Grant on a curve, right? That's a thing.
But Draz, second Aember, does 1 win go ahead and grant me access to the prize? Does 3? Does 5? Does 8? Does 10? Like, I think this signifies that they necessarily don't know at this point in time.
Which means they're not reaching out to stores and they don't have a real idea of what their market is.
I will also... Okay, so on the good, I really like that they're connecting with the stores, and I need to make sure that comes across. This is something that enticed me as someone who is frankly at a 0 to 75 when I've previously pledged a lot more, that this got me in because I want to make sure that my store can have 3 of us who are there. And I understand that, you can go ahead and they can have the backing, but I think that it's important to show that support. So I appreciate that was set up where there's a retailer pledge. I like that it was reduced to $1. We're trying to show minimal investment because, as you understand, getting some of our stores to just be able to participate in this can be a task in itself, if that makes sense. So I appreciate that they're trying to get stores involved. I think that this entices us. I would like to see a little more transparency in what those numbers actually are. I understand their reasoning behind it. It is a little bit sad to me as I look at, the first night, there are now 22 times that stores have pledged. So this is good news. But I also can see earlier today it was at 17. So, I mean, we have some decent movement here. But even 22 out of stores all around the world, that it's a very, very, very small amount.
I think
it's in the right direction.
I feel like this is a dirty, dirty trick to get me to give them money for this stupid game found.
No, I think if you feel that way, then you should not participate. And I will say that. But I think this is a phenomenal marketing. We hammer them consistently on not marketing. And we can argue whether this really counts as marketing, but I think this is targeted towards those of us who are still playing, who are really, frankly, at a 0 or I'm not going to back. I think this targets us and says, hey, back this because this can support your store. And there's something else that is also interesting behind it. Because it's not a matter of if we pledge, we're just going ahead and supporting the store. Because you want to share what else is coming from that component, Wookie. That's important.
So basically what's coming out of this is Triple M, more mass mutation. And I'll get into why I feel like it's a dirty trick here in a minute. Triple M will include additional gigantic creatures, specifically Logo, Saurian, and Untamed will each receive a new gigantic creature, while Sanctum, Dis, Star Alliance, and Shadows will receive 2 new gigantic creatures. This means each house in Keyforge Triple M will have 2 Gigantics in their arsenal. Additional new cards that bolster Gigantics have also been added. This extremely limited set will be brick and mortar retail exclusive, available only to eligible home-based retailers. Each Keyforge home-based bonus will contain copies of Keyforge Triple M. In addition, home-based retailers will have the option to purchase at wholesale a limited amount of additional displays to be shipped with their pledge reward package. When we say that Keyforge Triple M is exclusive to home-based retailers, we mean it until we have too much, and we got to put it up online. That's not written in there. Ghost Galaxy ourselves.
Actually, it does talk about that it will not be posted outside of an additional pledge in the future.
For now. Ghost Galaxies ourselves will not offer this set for sale online or at shows, although it may be offered to home-based retailers in future campaigns. We hope you enjoy this.
Yeah, I mean, they're print on demand kind of. So it's not like they're going to print a ton of extra of this, right? So I don't think they're going to be saddled with a bunch.
They also have their custom store decks that are coming in for home base, and you will have home base pins, which are Aember, Skies, and Ammo, the Keyforge home base pin. So it is, I mean, the more mutation is the big piece that people are looking at, but there is some enticement for the stores to be able to carry this. And it's something that players who have been around would like and are attracted to. Good job. Good job on attracting them with marketing. Good job.
I think it's a good idea. Will these gigantic creatures actually be any good? Who knows? But it's kind of cool.
That'll be fun.
We all have a lot of mass mutation. I've got more mass mutation at Worlds Collide than probably all the other sets combined, but especially mass mutation. But I think the chance to get some of these decks, the chance to like mix it up in your local store and be like, hey, we're gonna play like a 3-set cross set situation. I think it's cool. I think we correctly complained a little bit that hey, having the exclusives for vaults, what about the stores? So here's the exclusive for the store. So it was something that they didn't need to design a whole new set for.
But it's an exclusive for the store with but if. Right?
Yeah,
so now I have to pledge. I got to get myself plus 2 others.
Yes.
At least
you have
2
to
others.
use their mechanism. Yes.
Right. But if I pledge, what if I don't like what you're doing and I don't want to pledge? But I'm the third person. I'm the third person that decides whether this store gets this product or not.
Called the store has to create their own stupid pledge and lose money. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. The process is So normally I'd be talking to you about pre-ordering some boxes from me, and if you do, I can guarantee some box toppers or specials or whatever it is. But instead, what I need you to do is spend most of your money because the minimum pledge is $60, right? And if you want anything good, it's $165. So what I need you to do, customer, is go and give all your money directly to Ghost Galaxies, and then you can say you like to play at my store, and I can sell you 1/3 what I used to sell you because you bought it all from them direct. So I can sell you a couple decks of this very limited that is an unknown quantity.
I think that more Gigantics will be fun. And Sheep, you said that earlier. I think it's going to be
Menagerie
fun.
is fun.
Well,
but
but
it
Menagerie
doesn't mean they sell, and it doesn't mean anybody cares.
I agree with that, but Menagerie is not tournament legal. This we have already heard
Giant
that
creatures are barely tournament legal.
again. This could be there for Alliance. It can be there for going ahead and playing it. Menagerie and Unchained are not. So that is something
Should
where
say they're barely tournament viable. I should use the right words.
With Grim Reminders, I can't argue. Where I really am feeling the pain is for all of our international individuals. Some who are still waiting, frankly, to be able to try and track down boxes for WoW or for Grim Reminders. And with the import duty tax, with the actual cost on this, it makes it it makes it a lot higher than what we're seeing here in the US. So I think that's where some of the frustration
in Europe ponies up their own money to import a ridiculous amount of Keyforge, it's going to stay stupidly expensive over there. That's how it is. Like
we know that, right? Like,
either Ghost Galaxies has to make no money to ship it there and be able to sell it to them at normal prices, and then they make nothing because they're paying the import costs, or somebody over there has to take the hit and pay the import costs. Like, they exist. There's no way to make them go away.
I hear that. I'm just telling you that having worlds where we had good representation from multiple different countries, it was great to see people there. I would like to see even more where you could bring your two friends like FFG had for their original idea. More people means more Keyforge, more fun just playing
Already
Keyforge.
only people have ridiculous amount of money to come over here and play Keyforge live for Worlds. Like, this game is really expensive to play, and that's just how it's gonna be.
I hear you. I'm just saying, again, this continues to separate out for our vaults, which still haven't been announced for our international friends. And you're seeing
party problems.
Again, I'm gonna go ahead and at least voice that. I think the mass mutations, the more mutation that's there, it's a really nice, interesting idea. I just wish that it was going to be easier to be able to get to for a lot of our friends. I know that a number of people have already voiced, hey, if my store can go ahead and acquire this, I have no problem going ahead and shipping it abroad. And certain people on our Discord have voiced that and are willing to go ahead and reach out. That is awesome. Again, our Keyforge community is really amazing and wants to be able to get product into the hands of those who are interested and willing to play. But I do see this is another factor as to why we're continuing to become a smaller and smaller and smaller group. And I enjoy the group that is here, but I would like us to be able to expand a little bit. I don't know if this is it.
I am going to wholeheartedly disagree with you. Like, the reason we continue to become a smaller and smaller group is because GG continues to make poorer and poorer decisions. Like,
is that separate from what I was talking about, or is this one of them? Because I feel like
it's probably one of them. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not one of the decisions that is straight garbage. But, like, I mean, we saw directly after Worlds, and when they released the new ban and restricted list, how many people were like, yeah, I'm out. I'm done. After they took, I'm not saying prize money was the way to go, but, like, when they took away prize money, a lot of people were like, yeah, I'm out. Like, there needs to be something keeping people here. And then when you lose people, you need to bring people in, too. And the biggest portion, I'm going to tell you, is, like, you're not replacing the people you're losing right now.
But you are right. But nobody can provide them an answer that actually brings people in. And that's part of the problem is they don't have the answer. We don't have the answer.
But we continue to shoot ourselves.
But they
an
printed
answer.
the answer. The answer was grim reminders. Like
That's not bringing people in. That's going to chase people out.
How is that going to chase people out?
Because it is not fun to play against. It's not fun to deal with. It's just absolutely oppressive.
Most of GR is a blast, right?
Okay, GR, local setting, mostly fine.
Yeah.
Top end,
Great.
The stuff that we're going to see at Vaults later this year, nobody's going to want to go anymore. That's my opinion.
See,
I will.
As I just bought my tickets to Vegas.
Hell yeah.
No, I should make sure I actually have a.
All right, so I'm going to throw this in. This week I was reading an article for another game, just actually a general game system, and I thought this was very, very interesting. It says, and I'll quote from the article, "There's a number of solid indicators that can demonstrate the health of a card game. The average cost of competitive deck, the number of emails an LGS gets from customers who want to pre-order new releases, exactly just how loud each event you stumble into becomes, as more new faces appear, more celebrations are heard, and more bad beat stories litter the air. And much like these whimsical metrics, there are a few cold, hard, realistic ones too. A tournament circuit, a variety of decks to play, and perhaps most importantly, the level of prize support. Players adore the game of choice, but trading card games will always be a luxury hobby that requires you to invest both time and money if you're doing anything beyond smashing heads at your kitchen table. For serious competitors, there needs to be value worth chasing to rationalize sinking so much of themselves into each event they play. For any given game, it's important to be able to advertise flashy rewards and clickbait-ass numbers to attract new players. That's why it's a big deal that blank offered," and they kind of talk about the rest of the article that's there. But for me, these first two paragraphs really stood out as to things that all card games are facing. We don't fall as a kitchen table player. We are serious competitors who are investing time and money to be able to travel to events, to be able to invest in decks.
And my liver function.
Oh, yeah.
And
good ass time.
Lookie's liver function. But I think that it's
just listening to the Warcaster Forged about, Loki and I being up till 3-4 in the morning with Jason, and how bad Jason was hurting the next morning, which I did not realize.
He fell asleep in his. He left the tournament to sleep.
Yeah,
in the car.
He had to go to his car to pass out. And, oh man,
yeah,
poor dude. Gotta hydrate.
That's what game was that article for?
I had not even focused on that. It was another, again, just there are other CCGs, but it was interesting to be able to see this individual game ended up going ahead and throwing money, and it is not coming from the main company. It is an outside, fans run. And it was that they actually threw up $10,000 for their tournament, which is a significant amount of money. And I'm not here to get into money or no money, but I thought what was interesting was the idea of what we're looking at, that, for serious competitors, there needs to be value worth chasing to rationalize sinking so much of themselves, both time and money, into the game. And I think that the cold, hard facts are really important. The level of prize support matters. And as competitive players, that took a hit this past event. But I'm going to tell you, our community is amazing. Even though it is smaller, I loved hanging out. I love playing. I love being at our after party, just being able to go ahead and play basically games and talk. This group is amazing. So that's why I do hope for a lot more. But there has to be some investment. And it's not just here's in GameFound. If I'm only hearing about Keyforge when it comes to GameFound seeking my money, I think that we're doing something wrong. And that's part of the reason why I feel stuck in, hey, I want to be able to support so my store can go ahead and get these things. Because if I don't go ahead and back, I feel that I'm impacting my other players, and that's not cool.
And that's exactly how I feel with this campaign, where it's like, man, if I don't back, I let you down. I let Sydney down. I let Sheep down. I let Mr. Perfect down. Like, I'm letting all these people kind of down where they could get more cool stuff, but who knows? You know what I mean? Like, it's all up in the air. Like, we don't even know what's in this set. So how am I supposed to make a smart decision here? Like, kind of just trying to figure it out.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah. Set's not spoiled. I think this is cool. I am gonna talk with my folks, right? And unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it to the store tonight, but I'm sure there's going to be a few of us who are, going and putting in, Gameskeep in Westchester and seeing how far we can get it and just having a good time with these decks, right? So I think this is. I don't know if this will work, but I
like the
I don't
idea,
know.
Draz. I'm
Yeah,
with
I
you
like
on that.
the idea.
I like the
I don't-
idea. I
Try
wish
something.
there were.
We're trying
Yes.
it now. It's
Yes,
good.
we are trying it. I mean, we are struggling to be able to try and pull anybody else in, and I don't feel that we have anything that's really enticing to them. So, is this game found really going ahead and helping to draw anyone else in? No, it's just kind of giving something for those of us who are here and holding on. So that's a little depressing, but I need something for my store. I need to be able to help draw somebody else in.
Well, here to ruin all of this, if you're listening and you're pledging and you don't have a store,
There you go. Yep.
Archon's Corner certainly does have a store. The place
Beautiful.
I've always bought all my stuff through, they're called Kryptonite Collectibles. So if you put them in and you PM me that you put them in, when we get our MMM, I will ensure I split it between anybody who puts Kryptonite down so they can have a chance to get some of this stuff. I don't know what else to do with it because there are so many players who are playing
Didn't
with
we
us.
just read this in the article that we don't want to manipulate votes?
but
and now we're
but this is-
manipulating their
but-
votes?
attention. But
Wookie, this
Too
is what we
bad.
said is that we have good
Yeah.
players in the community. And it's not about manipulation, it's about helping to get it out. Because honestly, if I have just one or two of us at a store, that's not enough. You're desperately putting in the time and effort for GG on their side. And Sheep he's always been extremely generous to be able to reach out. Man, if I can't trust Sheep on this, like JML had offered from the Canada side, there are people who have invested more money just to be able to run the store championships, to be able to get product in, to be able to run these events that are happening. That's why I don't like to see ambiguous numbers. I don't.
Our Archon's Corner regular events have always been brought to us by this store. Like, we have regular players.
Right.
We used to run events back before, 10 times. Like, it's not like it's a fake store. It's a real store. It's got a real
It's a
building.
brick and mortar store.
We pay real taxes. We have a real Game Found account.
As
or a
opposed to
real
them fake taxes.
GG. Well, I mean, Archon's Corner technically has a affiliate account that we can buy stuff through
We
as
do.
well, but that's some weird bullshit.
That's not
We also pay taxes.
nice.
Support
one, Steve. I love it.
support the Patreon. Yeah, but the whole thing, this kind of, I mean, yes, it's clever marketing, very clever, but you're robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Well, again, it's going to GG. It's not necessarily going to the game store, which is really the people on the front lines.
Which are the people that want, the people that who are going to support the game are the people that you're putting money in their pockets, right? Like, eventually, but we just continue to do game founds. Like, we were told this is a one time thing, and then after all of that, it was like, well, maybe this is no, we're just going to keep doing it as long as it remains successful.
well, yeah. As soon as they did the second one, I'm like, oh yeah, this is
every
probably
time
here to
now.
stay.
Every time.
I mean, so
it's
many
going to
board
be,
games companies have realized like it's a great pre-order system.
Yeah, the difference, though, is most board games are not played in stores.
But still, like,
This
yes.
because it's a competitive one-on-one card game that you want 8 people to show up to have a good night, not 2, 3, or 4 that you can sit at your kitchen table. The way this plays as a competitive game, you want more people than most people have for their local game night at their house, and you need the store. And now the store needs a reason. And well,
They're not
I'm
getting
with
one.
you. I understand, and I'm totally with you that marketing this more in the board game world is probably better than the strict competitive card game world because of the kind of players and the way this game plays. But the stores are still important, and it's not being done tremendous there.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been going to our LGS for what? Over a year now. Got to be over a year.
They keep boxes on the shelf for us now.
They
We
do.
did good.
They talk to us. We're not just those weird other commander group, which we're not.
But
But,
we're
like,
also pumping.
I mean, they
we're
might
also
still call us that.
but we're also buying a deck every single time that we're in, and that's
Yeah.
not just not one of us, but like
Or
the
more.
group as a whole. It's consistent, yes, or more. Especially
Listen,
when we got
that's
GR there,
'cause
we can roll
GR is
multiple.
that fire. Like, I need more of it. More. And that's
I
why
will
I'm saying
say,
I think personally GR is the best thing to happen to Keyforge ever. Like, for right now, ever. Like, this is giving me Coda vibes. Like, I need to go buy product to crack things because there's a good chance I crack something stupid.
I mean, yeah, overall, the
Yes.
high power level I think is good. The only thing
This gives that new player the ability
Yeah.
to get something good, to play it and be like, oh man, this is cracked, man.
And it just makes the experienced players.
It makes the
even
experienced players
dumb
better, but
stuff.
guess what? You're all experienced.
So,
Yeah,
so,
I'm
here-
gonna have players.
so here's my thing, Wookie. How many new players did we see at Roseville? Because what we need to be looking at is I had anticipated these without the money that each of our vaults would be more localized. So you would actually see a higher occurrence of people who are coming from Minnesota. We had very, very few there.
Yeah.
And that to
But
me,
I don't think GR is scaring people away from vaults.
no,
that's
I
not
don't.
happening.
I don't think it's a GR
Why
thing.
do you think it would be more local? Now there's less advertising.
What do you mean? We advertise every week.
prizes. Okay. But I'm
So-
like,
So I'm
I still don't even
saying
know how people find out about vault tours unless they're like going, I want to go to a vault tour. It's still just hard to go, oh, I'm interested in Keyforge. I wonder what they go on. Because even to go and find out about vault tours on their stinking webpage, you got to click on news and drag down, and it's a hassle.
that's why I'm saying we need to see more marketing outside of here's game.
You're
Town.
not
Yes,
gonna
that's the
see
problem.
this company does the same amount of marketing my company does, right? Which is email blasts and bullshit. Nobody reads their personal email. Nobody goes. You're not just gonna stumble
Oh.
upon Keyforge, right?
Ghost Galaxy is about to get marked as spam because I get a stupid email like
Right.
every day. Since last time, you
Right.
saw the exact same thing as the last time.
That's
Thanks,
all they do. That is
email.
their marketing. Their marketing is spam emailing.
Yeah,
Seriously,
that's
marketing's coming from
one-sentence
GameTown, it's not coming from
email
GT.
automated.
I
garbage.
get stuff from Ghost Galaxy all the time.
Yep, me too.
All the time. And once you log into one of their things and they have your email account, they'll just send you a bunch of junk. Read this new article. Do this. Unless you're already in it, you are not finding about anything that's going on with Keyforge.
It's very insular. Yes.
Right. So how do we replace because what was the average vault attendance last year? About 100?
Well, again, you have very, very
60
different.
to 80, I think, was the
60
average.
to 80, but you have very, very different. It's
Different
a different
what?
setup. It is very different this year. I mean, you have a loss of some money. I mean, you can go ahead and say the money doesn't have an impact, but our game as a whole continues to get smaller and smaller.
Okay.
That's just as it continues to progress.
So
But we've also lost some of that incentive to go ahead and draw people in.
So what was the last attendance for Worlds Collide? Remember when Worlds Collide first came out and we had a vault tour in Indianapolis? How many people were there? 122?
I don't know. All that stuff's tracked on some webpage.
Yeah,
But
some
that-
webpage
but-
called Archon Arcana. And back then, you were playing for magic space dollars that were in an app.
Yeah, but
Yep.
we had it. We went through a pandemic. We continue to like. There's so many things that have happened to the game wiki that you can't
And
draw
what's
those as
sad-
comparisons.
What's sad is so many games flourished during the pandemic.
That is not what we had. We did the best.
We did
could.
not
Yes,
have a
we-
flourishment because we
had
had
100 at
setback
live?
after
Where are you
setback.
going right now?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know where I'm
Yeah,
going
so-
either. But we keep talking about we had the loss of money. Well, there was a time where you didn't. You
Yeah,
literally got Ember shards. So saying the
I
loss
agree
of
with you,
money,
Wookie. I don't think that matters.
I don't know if the loss for some people. I mean, what? Maybe a dozen, maybe two. The money really, really mattered. But
Yeah, but
wouldn't-
if you-
Wouldn't those two
but-
dozen be the difference between 50 and our 30?
I mean,
Yeah, but it's the
that is
difference
20%
between-
of your player base.
Yeah, them breaking even or not. So okay, so let's
Wow.
talk about
In
some
their
other.
ass?
My
for their
point being
events,
is
right?
there's clearly been a line of poor decision making that has happened that has led us to this point.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we all
We
know
agree.
that. We've
Yeah,
said
we
that on
agree.
every
Let's-
cast, but we're not decision makers. So
Stop making bad decisions.
Go ahead, Draz. You want to talk
All right,
about
all
the
right. So I
architecture
have-
Crucible? Or you
I
wanna
want to talk about a couple other things I'm seeing in the campaign here that are interesting.
Gotcha.
So there's a few things that we don't see, and there's a few things that we do see, and I think that's interesting. So one thing that we do see that was actually in the Turner of Keys that we didn't mention is the collector's edition box is back, which is interesting. So that
was their
must
last time.
have. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it must be selling okay for them to bring that back.
It costs them
versus-
next to nothing to print it. So
Uh,
it's just
Sure, but like it doesn't really cost them that much to include mats, right? And they've definitely.
I would tell you mats
those-
probably cost more.
You think? Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. So they're saying, okay, well, we're gonna lean away from the mats. The mats are now, other than the customized one, the mats are now an add-on. But you can still get the collector's set, and they still printed a new one, right? What they didn't print a new one of is the adventures. There's no new adventure, which I
Yes.
think is interesting.
There's also, I mean, we talked about the
Yeah.
you talked about the super key versus our
Mhm.
plushie. I will tell you, I looked up at the company. You're looking at $30,000 for those plushies to be made. And I'm not even
Yeah,
joking
I
about
don't
that.
know.
Like that. So my guess, and I'm still going to hypothesize, I have no evidence to back this up, but I still lean towards that was an FFG item that was acquired.
Oh,
Yeah, you might be right.
100% was.
Yeah, I think
just-
you're probably right.
I have no evidence outside of pricing and kind of some other things, but I think once that was used, we're seeing other things
Yeah,
that
I
can
don't-
be made.
I don't know why they wouldn't have picked a something that they had a little more ownership on than Flume. I agree with
Right.
that.
I bet you
So-
Fluke
or-
is supposed to come out with MM at the
I'll
vault.
say, or here's another idea. I keep hearing about after they move boxes, they keep finding stuff that came
I think
over.
30. I think those plushies would be a little easier to find than. Oh, hey, look, there's plushies back here.
Well, because I keep hearing about, oh yeah, we had to move stuff from this warehouse to this warehouse when we moved from when we got rid of that building or whatever the case may be, right? Because I guess they used to own, so Dream Tracer used to be like a VR virtual reality cafe. I guess I don't really know what to call it, but you could go there, play some VR games, do a whole bunch of stuff. They decided to lean away from that, and now Dream Tracer makes tokens, which are really just the same tokens that they used to release for FFG. They're literally the same thing. But either way, I guess that's where they were storing a lot of stuff. And when they moved pallets and whatnot, they just found things. And they kept finding things. So, or on the other side, there was just boxes and boxes of flumps Nobody opened the boxes, and then they opened them. They went, "We have a bunch of plushies." That seems more reasonable than, "Hey, let's spend a bunch of money on these plushies that we may or may not have the product, or we already have the plans for. We could just get them to make it."
Certainly could be something. I think it's interesting in that they're putting sale prices on everything, but not collector boxes, as Jurassic was saying. They're printing a new one, and you can get that one for $100. Or if you want, they'll still sell you the older sets, but they're still $100.
Yeah.
Where
I don't have that many.
Unchained, White Deck Unchained from 2023, which at one time was supposed to be very exclusive, is now down to $9.
Yep.
Because that is actually probably a very good sealed shredder set.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Menagerie is way better, right? And so.
Oh yeah. If you're gonna play Silly Forge, you play Menagerie decks. Don't play Unchained decks.
Well, the sad reality is when you have decks that are not tournament legal, they really lose value for ourselves as competitive players. But the majority of people who are actively, aggressively in Keyforge at this point in time.
And then our premium metal keys that we just got as prizes for store championships are now $15. Buy all you want.
Well, aren't these still the keys that were in the Wild Wormhole?
Yes,
for set. I mean, they acquired so many of those. Like seeing the deck boxes that are in here,
1,000 of them.
Why are these not being just handed out in your goodie bags? Never mind. I don't want more.
Well, because it's something that you can go ahead and sell.
Right. They do have to make money. Maybe some people do this pledge. I tell you, so
all the
we
new
did our
people that
store
are coming into
champs.
this game?
So when we did our store champs, right? We did have some relatively new players. I've been working I just got somebody new from work to come to the game store for the first time last week and play with us. So, but at our store champs, right? We said, hey, who, top to bottom, you can pick a deck or you can pick metal keys. And some people pick the keys instead of the battle tested decks.
Did you tell them they made bad choices?
No, they made the choice. They had all the information available to them, and they said, "I don't care as much about a fancy deck that may or may not be good. I'm going to use those keys all the time." I think that's reasonable,
and that's not unjustified because the deck could mean very little. Yes,
right.
I mean, I did keep a set of these keys in the end. Because now I'm back to having every set of metal keys they've ever released. So now I have to get a super key somehow.
Is it going to be metal? It looks plastic.
No, it says metal.
Does it say metal?
Yeah. So looking, I want to talk just for a second on the extra wide mats. Have you guys looked at all of them? Because we've previously seen what houses are there. So just clicking on them.
Yeah, they look really good.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, guys. Like, what are your actual thoughts? Like, which one, if you were going to go ahead and pick one of these mats, which one would jump out at you? So we have our Bruxen bundle, which is our Brobnar mat, clipped wings, which is Dis, blue light special. You got icky. You have manifestation with Geist.
I do like the blue light special. Like I like that art.
Really?
I'm a bigger fan of manifestation. I'd go with manifestation.
I agree. That's the best one.
I thought this was an easy quantum mouse situation.
See, and that's quantum mouse for Logos is really neat.
Who is Viscount Ares? That is a person.
That's the crappiest one, right?
All right, but that's 100%. Like that's a person. That is a person in this community. I do not know who it is.
I mean, it's just a dude with a robot hand.
It.
I'm still struggling with the house icon. That's where I get
that
table flip.
That art. That art is too realistic.
I don't know
Keyforge art style.
How that.
Oh yeah, and then you put it versus like the Brobnar art cards in the last set.
Right. Like we went very. And even then, the Brobnar art for this set's in a very different art form too. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. I quite enjoy it, but
I think I'm with you, Sheep, on the Quantum Mouse. I do, Draz, I do like the blue light special there too, but I think I'd lean more towards the Quantum Mouse.
I think
I'm
manifestation
not
is
even
my
sure what's
favorite.
going on in Harmonic Pack. What is that? Harmonic
Harmonic Pack.
Harmonic Pack.
Yeah,
No,
it
it's
is a
just
little
like-
weird. Some Mars beast.
It does not feel Marsy to me, though. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I
That
agree.
was Mars? That looks like this.
It's
No,
Mars.
it's Mars.
Okay.
This
The
is
other
the clipped wings, which is kind of the most cartoonish of all of them.
Yeah.
For demons.
Yeah, I don't love
Demons.
the clipped wings.
I
So
don't
the
mind
other-
the clipped wings.
Quasi Metroid and Dis like combined.
Right.
Kind of weird.
So the other question I had is I think that something that's very important for Amber Skies is the new house enhancement. So we've seen discard, type pips. We've gone ahead and seen extra draw pips. We've seen damage. We've seen Amber, seen capture. What do you guys think about the idea for this set? New house enhancements. I mean, we'll push that you could tokenize and really, shift from a 12-12-12.
So
Thoughts?
much stronger when they land on a creature, I think. In general, it's going to be much stronger when it lands on a creature because there's reusability, off house readies, call the other house that's on him, maybe. So it's just going to be stronger when it lands on creatures. Some versatility in play is fine. It should be good. It's just another form of efficiency pips, really.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it can make some absolutely silly broken combos, but we'll see if those kinds of cards exist.
Well, I'm curious to see how many we're going to go ahead and bring into set. When we were looking at enhancements and you saw 12 of them, that can really shift. But
Yeah,
how
is
many
this gonna
how many
be-
house enhancements are you looking at? Really, 2, 4? Is this
Yeah.
I think that's going to have a huge impact on the decks.
Is it going to be like Grim Reminders where you have 12 discard pips in a deck, so you're going to have 12 house enhancers? Or is this going to be...
Woohoo! I'm playing one
like,
house.
Yeah. They're going to be like they're rares or uncommons and you get 1 or 2 and it's just kind of... I mean, it's there, but it just doesn't make a huge impact.
I love when I
Yeah,
get 12 tight pips and I get to play 2 houses.
Yeah, I mean
do like
the
type
number of
pips.
these is going to make a big difference, right?
Yeah.
Indeed.
I think the concept is cool.
The number of people are going to
uh,
be readying their cards and ending their turn and being like, "Oh, dang it!" Because they'll miss that enhancement
Probably.
because you have a lot of people have a bad habit by playing card color.
Yeah. I'm
Basically.
wondering how this is going to
And they
affect
mess up
TCL.
their Equidon and their Star Alliance or their Unfathomable and their Geistoid cards.
I've actually done that consistently with Maverick
What?
cards,
Nobody
where I'm
ever-
like,
yeah,
this
Maverick.
is this. Well, no, but this card should be over here, and nope, it's in a different house.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's really rough on TCO Maverick TCO
Yep.
card.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, on TCO,
Because they
Like,
don't
I definitely-
change the color.
I can't get that right there, so that indicates that I'm probably going to have a hard time with these.
especially when you play sealed and like it's like our first game and we're playing and I'm like, why can't I click on this card? Did somebody play stealth mode or something? And then I'm like looking through this, I'm like, no, there's no stealth mode. Like, why can't I? I'm like, oh, it's a Maverick. It's not in this house.
I love when I do my Keyforge calculation too, and I included that for the house that I'm planning on playing because that's where it should be. Oh my god, wrong one.
Yep.
All right, you got me.
It's I think it'll be a bunch of play mistakes, and it won't even be skill based, right? It'll just be human error.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with
I
this
think
game,
early
we
on it'll
have
be good.
some of that.
Yeah, now you're gonna have more of that.
Yeah.
So
I
will.
mean, I think they should be good, fun efficiency things.
I honestly, Mavericks aren't that hard in person
No,
to handle. So
because they
this might
changed
be
the
the
border
same.
color. These, I don't think they're changing the border color, right?
oh,
It stays
maybe.
the same border
No.
color.
Yeah,
We
it's just
added
getting the
they'll-
pip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
we're just getting the pip.
Okay, maybe it will be hard then.
I will say we do have stretch goals, so we have the first 2 that are there. We can't, at 200,000, we're not there but a glimpse of the future, what the next set would be. That art
Yeah, because
is
that's
interesting.
exactly what it was last time.
I can't disagree with you, but
Yeah.
that is what's
got
there.
in the chat, lol, stretch goaling. Oh, we're gonna tell you what we already know.
And then let me
Thanks.
guess, Flight of the Sky Beast is going to be a guaranteed Sky Beast deck.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Well, they
You can
already said
actually
You
click
think
on that.
so?
Oh, does it say
I mean,
it?
that's in
Yeah.
the pledges, right? Like we know this.
that we can get. So you will
Well, no, we
include-
know there's guaranteed Sky Beast stacks, but then there will be the stretch goal, which will be everybody gets one.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the second
Yes.
stretch goal. I didn't
Yep.
click on it. I thought it. And then I clicked on it, and sure
I'm
enough,
thinking we'll end up right around.
Oh,
there.
sorry. Each of these decks is guaranteed to include one ultra rare Sky Beast card. So that is what's different with the Sky Beast stretch goal.
Can I put my ultra rare cards on eBay for
Well,
$1 million?
They're already guaranteeing those in the things.
Yeah, so you get an extra one.
So you get another one.
Yeah, well, but not at all Archon levels, right? It's only a 165 and above, right?
Yep.
You don't get it at 60.
So it
You
adds
don't
to
get
the
it at 75.
$75 one,
Right.
So
which makes it a little better. But
Yeah.
future me coming, back from our April Fool's double episode has some information that I'm really hoping this $400,000 back is going to be really hot, and either that or the 5. I hope that we can see it. So that is our little.
what
nugget.
was 400 last time?
That I do not know off the top of my head.
Do we want to go look?
Was that?
We can go look.
Yeah. No.
Hold on. Did we
Look,
even
guys,
make
look.
400 last time? I don't know
Yeah,
if
we
we
did.
Yeah,
made
they
it.
made 6.
Yes.
Oh, they made 6.
No, we didn't make
6.
6. I didn't think we made 6.
I don't
Yeah,
think
as
we made
1 and a
half a
half,
mil.
and then 6. As 1, 2, and then 6. God, you guys.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
we have this.
Let's see. Oh yeah, it was 616.
Okay.
Sheep's
Oh, I know.
right. Now we'll never hear the end
Oh yeah, sheep's right.
of it. Way to suck, Draz.
Oh man, you could buy the premium metal keys on that one too for $15.
Man,
Yeah,
where
see,
are the
well, hold on.
stretch
Domino's
goals?
putting in
Oh,
chat, the 600 is after the campaign ended. It shows after campaign numbers, right?
Yes, technically
So
you
that-
are correct.
Right. So that would not impact the stretch goals.
Do we even see what the stretch goals
I
were
don't
anymore?
even
Is
know
that
where to
supposed
see the
go away?
stretch goals. I think they went away.
Well, that's what Domino's for. He loves this stuff. He's got
Domino, what were the stretch goals?
One of them was because it came in a little bit late and did actually make a pretty big boost, was the guaranteed Revenant deck.
Yeah.
Was that was the second
that
stretch
was-
goal?
I think that might have been the $400,000 one.
I think it might have been because, like, wasn't the pin one of the stretch goals because they actually gave us a
Yeah,
deck
the
for
pin was
No,
like
the-
300
instead
Oh,
of
was the
now
pin
the
one of
pin
the
is
stretch
if
goals?
you.
That wasn't the free thing
Yeah.
if you backed it.
It was a deck previously. It was the
I
free
thought
thing.
they got rid of it this time, and that was a pin.
Well, they
or
did
is
this
it a
time.
is it a
right?
pin
So
this
now the
time?
pin is the free thing. Yeah.
It's just
So-
it's ring around the rosy with what they're giving you. That's all it is.
Well, I mean, they're trying
Sometimes you
something
get a
different.
pin. Sometimes you get a deck. Sometimes
That's
you get a
fine.
kick to
Try
the
different
crotch.
things.
Either one.
is
All right.
that hold on? Is that an add-on?
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
What is really interesting is this game found they did not have all of the linked videos that we saw from Grim Reminders. So from Tom Vassell, you have the Shut Up and Sit Down review. You
The
actually-
old ones.
Well, some of them are very, very old, but some of them are newer too. Like most of them were from Call of the Archons, but like my favorite collectible card game, like all of those have been removed too. So it's interesting just to see what they put in here and why.
Yeah, so there you go. It was Rise of the Storm Barons was 200,000, which was the adventure last time, right?
That
I don't
Sounds
know.
right.
Y'all
Yeah, I
got
think
your
you're right.
got your game found. What was it? Rise of the Storm Barons?
Or is Rise
Yeah,
of
I
the Storm
do-
Barons the thing where they just told us what the next set was?
Here we nope. Yes, okay. The next to unlock, so we got pinned You got the Pinned on the Crucible, which was 500,000. That was the Geistoid pin. 400,000 was
Okay.
Night of the Revenants.
Was Revenant. 300 is Circus, which is Menagerie.
Menagerie.
And then your 200
Rise of the Storm
is-
Barons that was the here's the next set.
Oh, those are the preview cards.
Yeah, so it was here's the next
Oh,
set.
that are just included. Are those included this time? I heard they were going to do them, but then did
That's
we actually see
200.
them in the
No.
list?
What's
That
the
was
200
there.
this time? That's a glimpse of the future.
Yeah, that's the glimpse of the future.
Oh, that's because those come as stretch rewards. So yes,
Yes.
they will probably get unlocked at $200,000, and you'll get the 3 cards with the thing. I think it even says that.
It does. It even says it in if you
Oh.
open it up.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like it's all the same again, right? I mean, this isn't like an exciting game found. This is just, well, here's the standard purchase array again.
Well, I mean,
You know, it's like, are you a collector box guy, or are you a draft box guy, or do you just buy a fat pack, right? And hey, those are our 3 standard things, and we have them every time. Pick which one you want.
but picture you
Just
have 10 Architect of the Crucibles getting your image put in. That's $2,000. So right there, you're going ahead and having 10 of them. And we hit in 16 minutes and 49 seconds. So how can they go ahead and say, well, we're not making our listed amount and what our goal is?
Well, and they sold out.
PG seems to be
of-
happy with it. I don't know.
Yeah, they sold out their top tier basically instantly.
Yes.
I don't know how many minutes it was,
did
but
they sell that? They sold them all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
like
in like 2
immediately.
minutes.
Yeah.
Except they
One of my
weren't.
locals
if you
got
were
one.
If you were one of the first people to click in, they weren't there on first load.
Ah.
So it had kind of a thing today. Like if you were the first people to actually try to load in, the only thing that was there was the $165 pledge, and that was
So
it.
I wonder how many people are like, oh, when will Z come around and buy my big one for far too much money?
That's not happening.
Not happening.
And Cindy got hers, so she won't buy it for way too much money. Now you got Irrational Wookiee here thinking about it.
Nope.
He gets a big enough bonus, he's going to be talking to one of you.
Nope.
So one of my locals bought it. He's very excited. I'm pretty excited for him.
I am in Keyforge right now because I am having fun playing the game again because Grim Reminders re-piqued my interest. Because it may, again, being
It is
a
fun to
lapsed
play.
player. What? Never mind.
Gio's fun. I
Being
agree.
a quote-unquote lapsed player, I actually have some decks that's like, oh, this feels like it has a chance. I think
Do we
I
have
could
anything
bring...
else to talk about, or are we going to bed?
We're going to bed here shortly. Can you just...
You know, I
Time to
wish
help from future self this thing. Let's just drop it and go.
Oh, help from
Gotta
future
go.
self. Good night, everybody.
Help from
I
I do think, by the way, our April 1st episode was probably one of our best episodes ever. And I don't mean the one that we recorded.
Hey. Hey.
It was really good.
One of us was still there, Dres. One of us.
Yeah, that's
Ah.
true.
I'm going to listen to that in 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah,
Are you?
I would.
Okay.
I'm
Muh.
saying it.
I wonder how many of the cards in Grim Reminders, or excuse me, Ember Skies kills Bryo.
It's always a 3.
No, not enough.
Or is Brian, is that a 4?
I think, you know what? They should have, for the mat, they shouldn't have given us this random dude. They should have given us like one of these like airship situations. Like that first banner with just the airship, like that's really cool art.
I know none of us are adventures guys, but the Great Hunt is about sky ships, sky beasts, and scorpion pirates. So I'm betting a whole lot of art and stuff. Like you might be able to find all the storm sky beasts we're gonna see if you were to
already
own
in
that
there.
and look at. Yeah.
Maybe. So I should go and
Say-
open my
say-
sealed deck.
What? You
stuff
haven't
in there?
opened your whatever and played it?
My co-op stuff? No.
Yeah. No? Weird. How that's not a
Hold on. Here, I'll grab it.
weird how
Well,
nobody-
I will say, boys and girls, GameFound is up. I think that they're trying to be able to attract some people into the stores. I appreciate that. if you're supporting it, go and support it. Go support your local stores. Keyforge is a great game, and we love playing it. So
I'm hoping this
Keyforge Saturday, come play
this
live
will be
in
good.
Racine. This is a useful advertisement.
for all three of you.
at
We're
least
gonna hear
you're
about this
you're
After
advertising.
the
All right, how
event
about-
happened.
Here's a good one. Come to Rochester because Roseville was
Meet
awesome.
Cardboard Sheep at Rochester.
Yes. Yeah. Was Cardboard Sheep going to be there? Oh, man.
You have to bring Cardboard Sheep.
I should have brought it home with me. Crap.
We may have
Talk to
talked about
Sydney, she'll
we-
set you up.
yeah, we
Who
may have
has?
talked about it that it may be shipping to you.
Ooh. All right. Oh, crap. This is going to be annoying because I'm actually flying back from a work trip and I'm getting picked up from the airport. Oh,
Man,
all right.
why
We'll
is
figure-
every vault?
I
tour
just
you're
want it under
flying
your
from-
hand.
You're flying from a work trip or like going on vacation. Like
Because
work
this
trip.
is how he is placing his priorities, Wookie. He goes ahead and makes sure that he is maximizing his Keyforge playing time.
Yes, I took an earlier flight back so I can land in Philly, have one of my locals
drug smuggler.
pick me up. Yes, because my work's not going to pay to fly me to to Rochester. So, and well, I could, I could get them to fly me there, but I would have to pay the difference. And remember, I did this for coming to Minneapolis, flying into Minneapolis from Budapest, and it was a huge pain in the butt to make this happen. And like they did it wrong, and even though I entered the information, they did not charge me. And this is not one of those errors in your favors that you want. Like I hounded them because I knew, like, if audit ever comes in, they're like, "Wait, why didn't you pay for this?" Like that is Dunsky. So I had to chase them and be like, "You need to charge me. You need to send me a bill." They're like, "What?" I'm like, "No, like you need to do this." It was such a pain in the butt. Ugh. It's like
Speaking
give
of
them a few $100s. Ugh.
speaking of Drazcor, how was your solar eclipse viewing? Because you did come out.
Oh, it was awesome.
You did a great job, and did it all work out with the family?
Yeah, it was great. It was awesome. If you guys, listeners, if any of you
We
have,
talked about this last week. He said he had an existential crisis. His
yes, I did
body-
actually.
His
We did talk
body
about this.
tasted colors and saw flavors, and it
I
was the
did see
best
flavors.
thing ever. And if you ever get the opportunity, it was a purely, I forgot what the word you used, some sort of religious experience. I don't know.
Yes.
Existential.
Existential.
I think primal. I think is what I
Primal,
said. That's
yes,
right.
primal. We talked
Yes.
about this last week. We're
Well,
good.
what
Super.
I
That's what
really
we do
wanted
every
to
episode.
what I wanted to make sure is everyone had said, "Hey, you're going against what? Did it turn out with her and the family?" Yes. Make sure you make time for Keyforge, my friends, because other
You're here.
things will still be there, and you're gonna have a good time. Nice
Mhm.
balance, Draz. I'm proud of you.
Yay. I hope
All right.
I don't get in trouble this time for going to a work trip and then immediately going to Keyforge without coming home even to say hi bye.
Hi, bye.
But it'll be fine.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it because sheep hurt my feelings
Oh,
for us this week. Damn,
You
sheep.
won, cheap. Woohoo!
My feelings
Yay.
were hurt. I am looking at some awesome suits now that I can wear to Keyforge events.
suits. Ooh,
Yeah.
Are you gonna wear your swimming trunks again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Am I gonna come
Listen,
in the room and you're gonna
Nice.
be passed out in your swimming trunks,
Listen,
or
you
down in the
you-
party in your swimming trunks?
Why was that a big deal? Why was were people upset about this? What's the deal?
Nope.
Was this on a Help for
Nobody was
Future
upset.
Self thing that somebody was pissed off that I was in my swim trunks? Guess what?
No,
I
it was-
wasn't.
it was just me
no,
in
but
the
we
room.
can start that rumor.
Yeah.
Guess
Should we
what?
start that rumor?
I wasn't wearing any underwear.
Ooh,
I'm shocked with that with swimming trunks on.
that's hot.
Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't. Yeah. Yep.
And guess where you were, cardboard sheep?
All up ons.
Mhm.
And she left the cast. All right.
But
should
that's
close
We
gonna
love
do it
you
for us this week.
all.
We've really gone into the weird territory. Sheep's putting up porn on the thing. It's just weird.
Trying
He's
Try and
just
bring
trying
light to this dark
We,
Pass that
we
have here.
are looking at market research as to where to advertise for Keyforge.
We
that
already
is what she
told
was
you
doing,
where
right?
where to advertise.
Yeah, the
P-Hub
P-Hub.
and OnlyFans. Like, we've
Yeah,
gone
totes.
through this. This is the same thing. Like, you
I'm
want to get
shaking
more
my head
players in
no.
there? Like, what was it? 4 hymns, I think. Maybe I should look in for a sponsorship for them.
Yeah.
You know, like every 4 hymns you get, you also get a Keyforge deck.
Keyforge deck.
Yeah, it might be an
Oh.
Ember Skies one. Who knows?
All right.
All right.
But that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you all for joining us. The chat is now in utter upheaval and angry. So before they overthrow the monarchy, we're going to leave. We'll see y'all next week.
Happy forging, everyone.
May the forge be with you.
The death-defying, hypnotizing. One day you're gonna figure out that everything they taught you was a lie. Blast the loud